Welcome to the Ace of Fire Tarot. I am Lady T, and I will be doing a reading on Sagittarius today. So please feel free to subscribe, comment, like, and share if you're feeling the vibe. Remember, the readings are for entertainment purposes, and messages can be from the past, present, or future. Everything will not resonate with everyone, so eat the meat and spit out the bones, or do with it what you may. I am merely just the messenger, and I come in love and light. And with that being said, let's jump straight into it. So, Sagittarius, how are you guys doing today? Hopefully, all is well and swell. Shout out to the Virgos. It is Virgo season. So, happy born day. Happy solar return to you guys. I hope you're having a good one. So, yeah, Sagittarius, let's see what the angels have for you guys today. So, I want to keep this pretty brief. Let's see what's going on. What do the angels have for Sagittarius today? Sagittarius today. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm trying to speak up. What is the message for Sagittarius today? Number 1188, and it says metamorphosis, change, love, wealth, upward. I feel like you all have had this message before, but let's see. You are approaching the end of a major stage in your life. If you are tired of certain parts of your life, be happy, because it will soon be healed or replaced by something better. Completely surrender and release those parts of your life that are no longer useful, because a better life that you desire is coming soon. So once again, this is 1188, metamorphosis, change, love, wealth, and upward. It looks like you guys are moving upward right now. Things are about to change. Love is coming in. Money's coming in. But you will have to shed things that no longer serve you and surrender. So, yeah, we're going to see what that is about. But, yeah, you guys may be seeing the number 1188, or, you may be seeing any derivative of that number or deviation of those numbers, those synchronicities, like 1111 or 8888, or be seeing 8811 or 1188. However it's been showing up. Much love to the angel for that message. Let's see what else the angels have for you today, Sagittarius. And also, like I said, I think you guys have gotten it before, so that means that you still haven't cleared out everything that doesn't serve you to make room for what's coming in. So we're gonna see what's going on with that. People, places, things, could be jobs. A job that you're working that really doesn't serve you or doesn't allow you to grow in different areas. Let's see. else does Sagittarius need to know? Okay. Yeah, we have creativity. So, it says creativity. Divine inspiration strikes at the most wonderful times. The angels remind you that the more you believe in your abilities and let your creative impulses out, the better artist you become. You start to feel more alive and powerful as you allow new wonderful ideas into your mind. So some of you may need to tap into your creativity. That's why I was saying about certain jobs. Certain jobs don't really allow you to be as creative as you can be and grow that particular side of you. It's like you don't really have time to tap into your abilities and creativeness, and maybe that's what you need right now to allow you to be able to share that with the world, as well as possibly create some stream of income that could bring in more than your actual job is actually bringing in. It's a possibility. But yeah, some of you may need to think about that. And when you're having these nudges to be creative, to go ahead and act on it. So some of you may need to say this affirmation: divine inspiration strikes at the most wonderful times. So you might need to say that throughout the day, or first thing in the morning when you're getting ready. Also, inspiration can be for different things as well. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to, if you're into pottery, as soon as, you think about doing pottery or whatever like that, and it's like time for you to go to work and you want to go out in the garage, and, not always that far-fetched or whatever, but, it could be different things. Like you may get a hunch to, join like a pottery class. You know what I'm saying? That you can go to once a week, on your day off or something like that. When you're inspired in those ways, then go ahead and act upon it or something like that. I'm trying to think of an example, but So yeah, much love to the angels for those messages. Now let's see, where do we want to start? I think I'm going to start with the law of attraction, because I just got a few decks of cards that I want to look into, see what they got going on. Let's see, what are you attracting in right now, Sag? So let's see. Sag attracting. Needs to know right now from the universe as far as the law of attraction. So we have doubt or external noise may be clouding your wisdom. Return to inner knowing and trust your intuition. So some of you may be doubting yourself or listening to the naysayers in certain situations. Like Follow your inner knowing. Trust your intuition on different things. Somebody may be leading you in the wrong direction, guiding you in the wrong direction. What else does the Sag need to know? Overworking or wasted energy may be slowing progress. Refocus on what matters. So some of you may be wasting time, or you're just working entirely too much. Like, once again, you don't have time for your creativity, and it's slowing down your progress. So try to focus on what really matters. And then also, I feel like you need to use your time wisely. Like, don't waste time. That time could be going towards something that's creative or beneficial or something like that. So yeah, I think in this era we waste a little bit too much time on our phones, and I feel like nothing wrong with being on your phone, especially if you're learning something or deep diving into a specific topic or subject. However, even when you're on your phone, you can still be being productive, so keep that in mind. What else does Sagittarius need to know right now? It's like learning how to multitask or implementing multitasking. Most of the things online, they're going to be there once you're done with doing the things that you need to do. It's like those posts are going to remain, so you don't really have to worry about just missing out like that. What else does Sagittarius need to know from the universe, please? So we have imbalance may be causing stress. Prioritize self-care and inner harmony. So some of you may need to get balance. Maybe you need to ground yourself, do some self-loving, self-care. Make sure that you are nourishing your body well. Make sure that you're getting some exercise. Make sure that you're getting some sunlight, some fresh air, at least for 15 minutes a day. Like, prioritize these things. Make sure that you're getting enough water, and fruits, and vegetables, vitamins, minerals, things of that nature. Make sure that you're prioritizing you. And also balance within yourself. Take a moment to meditate, at least like 2 or 3 minutes. You know, just meditate, sit in solitude, sit in silence, and just pray or meditate on, you know, your breathing, or, you know, think about the divine and meditate on that. You know, just realign yourself. So yeah, Sag, what y'all got going on? Let's get one more, so that you're able to attract the necessary things to you. I always say too, make sure you're focusing on good health as well. Make sure you're pooping on a regular. I know it's TMI, but that's important to stay kind of balanced. We also have uncertainty may be delaying progress. Strengthen your will and trust your choices. So some of you are struggling with willpower and will persistence. So it's like that's where it feels like the balance is needed. Something may be going on with your solar plexus. You're not feeling confident in doing something, or you're not feeling like ambitious or determined. Like, you really need to focus on balancing yourself back out. Make sure you're getting, you know, enough sunlight. You're not overworking. You're not underworking. You're not being lazy. You're using your time wisely. You're getting a moment to meditate. You know, you have to find a balance in everything so that your mind will be sharp, your ambition will come back, your drive and all of that, you know, all of it plays a part. Stop listening to the naysayers, you know, get off of these phones, you know, wasting time, wasting effort, wasting energy. Tap back into your creativity, things of that nature. So I get now why the angels were saying we need to release what no longer serves us so that we can have a metamorphosis. So some of these things that don't really serve you or makes life like more adventurous, more exciting, you need to let them go. Things that are dragging you down, making you, you know, lazy or unmotivated, you need to release these things and get back in touch with self, get back in touch with source, you know, things of that nature. So yeah, these are the messages that I have from Law of Attraction, and that way, you know, you will be able to attract the right things into your life, stand on a high frequency, you know, especially with aligning your chakras, and gut health helps a whole lot. Alright, let's see what else. Yeah. So this is a deck called Lithra Tarot. And it is discovering the light within. So let's see what comes out with this. I kind of wanted to change the energy up today, so that's why I'm doing things a little bit differently, just to see what's going on. Sagittarius, what does Sagittarius need to know? So the first one we have is nurture. You provide care and stability, blending practicality with abundance. Your nurturing energy creates prosperity. in harmony. So some of you are very nurturing, or you're in need of some nurturing. Take it how it resonates. However, with this nurturing energy, it can provide care and stability, and create prosperity and harmony. So some of you may need this in your life. Some of you may already be nurturing and creating this in your world. So yeah, I'm feeling like for those of you that may need some nurturing in your life, like even nurturing towards yourself. Some of you may be masculine and you're looking for that feminine energy to come in and be that nurturing aspect in your life. Some of you may not have, like, your mother's available, or a mother figure, so you look for that in a significant other. So you may have to start practicing, like nurturing yourself, like taking the initiative to pour into you. Consider some of your needs, some of the things that you need, and just pamper yourself until that person comes into your life, so you won't be missing that aspect. We also have intuition right here, which this went with one of the law of attraction cards, where it was saying, pay attention to your intuition instead of listening to outsiders or the naysayers, or just having that self-doubt. So it says here, the answers you seek lie within. Trust your inner voice and allow it to guide you through uncertainty. Patterns from the past may obscure your vision, but your intuition knows the truth. Create stillness in your life to access the clarity and wisdom already within you. So that's why I was saying too, sometimes we have to sit and meditate so that we can hear certain things that our intuition is trying to say, which is ultimately the voice of the divine. So start to practice, like I said, for 2 or 3 minutes a day. I know people don't have a lot of time on their hands, so those little moments that you do get, instead of just being on your phone, looking at social media, catching up on the latest nothingness, take a few minutes to just sit and meditate, turn the phone off, tap in with yourself. You can start a little bit at a time and then gradually build up, work your way up to a longer amounts of time. And that will help you get familiar with listening to that inner voice, paying it some attention. So, after that, you can just, do it as you wish. At that point, possibly you'll be wanting to meditate more. So I'm sure that it will increase, but it's going to allow you to yearn for those moments, and also to make sure that you're paying attention to what that inner voice is saying. So we also have persistence here. So I did see a few issues with willpower and self-doubt and things of that nature. So with persistence, it says steady progress defines your journey. Your patience and diligence ensure long-term success, even when the path feels slow. So sometimes I feel like that's the thing that hinders people from starting on a new journey, or tapping into their creative side, or stepping out into these other ventures, because the focus is always to make a lot of money. So I feel like although it may seem slow, it feels like, that it's going to take you forever to get to that space where you want to be. It's like sometimes you just have to enjoy the journey. Just do it. Don't do it for the wealth. Don't do it for the notoriety. Do it for you, so that it can allow you to tap into the things that you like, the things that you want to grow. Do it for the satisfaction of being able to do something that you love and be persistent at it. If you love it, that should be your encouragement to keep going. You get what I'm saying? So with that encouragement, you build persistence. And with that persistence, you would definitely at some point get some type of value out of doing whatever it is that you're trying to, build or be persistent at. Whether there's some type of creative aspect that you're trying to jump into, or some business that you're trying to grow, just do a little bit at a time, and just constantly pour into it whenever you get the opportunity. Just do it for the love of what you're doing, and just do a little bit every day. Like every day, tap into that thing. So yeah. And I feel like not only will you get better at whatever it is that you're doing, you will get used to pouring into that thing every single day. So it won't be no reason, like the same way that, it's like creating a habit. The same way we like to jump on our phones any free moment that we get, we can create a habit to where we're doing something that we deem to be valuable or creative. You know what I'm saying? Every single day, instead of, just running to our phones. So something that we're good at, some talent, some creative skill or endeavor, even if it is like starting a business where you want to, like for instance, create an online store. Like every single day, make sure that you're researching, figuring out what type of website will be the best fit. What are the things that you need to do to get ads? Just find out something every single day. Dedicate some time to that. Figure out where you want to get your product from. How do you, upload different things to the website that you want to sell. What would make it pop? Like, do your research every single day, whether that's taking like 5, 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes every day, an hour. So just be persistent at whatever it is that you're trying to do, and eventually it will grow. You will fall in love with the process if you quit thinking about money. And regardless of whether it makes money or not, at least it's doing something that you love. So yeah. So next we have leadership. You are stepping into a role of vision and authority. Lead with integrity. Inspire others through your actions. Your ability to see the bigger picture will bring success. Stay true to your values as you guide those around you. So I feel like some of you are about to come into some particular leadership role, probably in the career field that you're working in. Now we did see on the angel card that you are about to go through a metamorphosis, which is going to bring on some change. And we also saw wealth. Some of you may even meet your significant other in this role. However, I feel like with creativity, this will give you an opportunity to be creative with being a leader. So know that, just keep in mind that you're the visionary, you're the authority. But make sure that you're leading with integrity. You're treating everybody right. You're not taking any shortcuts, no favoritism, anything like that. And that you're inspiring others. Like, sometimes people let, authority go to their head. Like being in a position of authority, it goes to their head. Like you got to be strict, you got to be mean, you got to be, rude and arrogant. And it doesn't even require all that. You're just here to lead, guide, help, train, you know what I'm saying? And inspire others to want to be in that position as well. So keep that in mind. You want people to look at you like, wow, I really want to be that type of leader. I really want to guide the way that person is guiding me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I really love my boss. I really love my supervisor. They're really, down to earth. They are really hands-on. They're You want those type of things. Not, oh, I hate going to my job, my boss is like a jerk. You don't want people saying these different things about you. You want people to speak highly of you because you inspire them. You're down to earth. You lead with integrity. You stick to morals. You stick to, being a human first. So yeah, so stay true to your values as you guide those around you. So Sagittarius, don't let disposition go to your head. Now, we also have heartbreak here. I don't know exactly what type of loss you all are going through right now. Some of you, whether it's a lost loved one, a lost pet, a lost partner, or whatever like that. So my condolences, whatever type of loss it is. Even if it's like a divorce, to me, people grieve after divorces, grieve after breakups. It's that same feeling regardless. So it says heartbreak. Pain and loss may feel overwhelming, but healing begins with acceptance. Acknowledge your emotions and trust that brighter days are ahead. Growth comes through understanding and releasing the past. So it's just taking a moment to accept what is. And then, do the emotional thing, whatever you need to do to get through your emotions. And like I said, just trust that brighter days are ahead. Nothing will replace the person or the pet that you lost. However, you can look forward to seeing better days. Like, I know that some losses, it takes a while to get over them, depending on how you look at it. But we can't sit in, sadness every single day. We can't sit in depression. We can't go on living like that. Whoever you lost would want you to do that. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not being concerned about your health. You're not being concerned about your job. You're not really, it's like you're still in the land of the living. So you need to move as such. Whereas the person that you lost, they're in another dimension and they could be living it up. And it's no tea, no shade, but they could be, doing the most. They could be partying, hanging out with, other relatives and, friends that transitioned a while back. I mean, that's how sometimes you have to look at it. But yes, it's painful. But once again, they will want you to keep going. Keep taking care of yourself. Keep thriving. Keep striving. Because that's what they would be doing if they were still here. You understand? So you have to look at it that way. And if you allow yourself to stay in that low frequency, that's what you're going to attract. The next thing you know, your whole life will be falling apart. So those of you who feel like you can't move on, in a reasonable amount of time, you might need to seek some type of help to get you through it. Lean on friends and family as well. To help you get through it, but you will have to get through it in order for your life to stay afloat, because it can get really, really bad. And dealing with breakups, it's like, yeah, that's really, really hard as well. But you have to, with breakups, it's like you just really need to get back out and start doing the things that you love instead of sitting around thinking about that person all the time. Especially if it was a mutual breakup, you knew that it wasn't going to work. You couldn't, you can't be with this person, that you can't compromise. You can't have a decent conversation. You don't like the same things. There's no chemistry there. It's like, okay, that had to happen, because it's like no middle ground. So get out and get back to loving on you. Get back to doing the things that you enjoy, what made you happy. And with that, take some friends. You may even meet someone that you can hang out with. It's not saying like jump out there and start back dating, but no, You need to get around other people, other energies, you know. Get back to doing the things that bring you happiness, not sitting in sadness. You get what I'm saying? So also we have adventure. Yeah, take some adventures, do something adventurous instead of just sitting around thinking about that person over and over, because some of the things that bring us to depression is what we do to ourselves. Like, instead of taking your mind off this, we want to keep our mind there, and keeping it there is only bringing us down lower. So do something else. Do something else that you enjoy. You know, I'm sure you have a lot of hobbies and things that you love to do. And then with adventure, go do something that you've never done before, you know. So let's see what it says. The universe invites you to take the first step into the unknown. Trust that this leap will bring growth and new opportunities. While the path ahead may be unclear, it is filled with potential. Let go of fear, embrace curiosity, and allow life to unfold with wonder. So yeah, that's the approach that you need to take after heartbreak or some form of a loss. You know, give yourself, you know, a couple of days, maybe even a week to go through the emotions. But then you got to get back out there. You got to get back outside. You got to get back to living. You got to get back to loving on you. You got to get back to doing you. So we can't dwell in depression and sadness. That's not what, even if you broke up with somebody, they would not want you to be going through that. You get what I'm saying? It's like, you've seen it on movies, like people break up, and then the next time you see your ex, they look a mess, they look depressed, they're not taking care of themselves. It's like, dang, they fell apart after I left. You know, I was keeping this person up. No, this person is sitting there being depressed, you know, acting like life just stopped. Like, yeah, breakups happen, things happen, but we have to keep moving. And it's no tea, no shade. I'm not saying don't go through the emotions, but I'm saying you have to force yourself to get out of that funk. And don't let yourself sink so deeply into it, because it's not going to help the situation. And your person that you lost or that broke up with you or whatever, they wouldn't want you to keep sinking in it. So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, that's what we have with that, Sagittarius. I hope that made sense, and I hope that it helped someone. So yeah. And we also have strength on the bottom. True strength is found in patience, compassion, and inner peace. You have the power to face challenges in calm resilience. Let kindness and understanding guide you by mastering your emotions. You align with the gentle yet unshakable power within you. So yeah, this, by mastering your emotions, that's what we have to do to get through things. And also, like I said, this is where you find your true strength. You have to master those emotions. And the only way that you can really do that is just really focusing on happier things or things that bring you a sense of joy. You know, instead of focusing your attention on something that is sad or devastating, you know, you can switch your focus. So I guess that's what I was trying to get to. And that's how you learn how to master your emotions. So yeah. Next, let's jump into the Dreamy Home fortune reading. What kind of fortune you guys have in store? Let me check mine. See what's going on for you, Sagittarius. I really wanted to try to make this about an hour, but I think I've been running my mouth a little too much. Messed that all up. does Sag need to know as far as this fortune? Maker, and it says awakening energy flow. Something crucial is brewing, set to stream into your future. So something crucial is brewing. I wonder what that is about. Maybe we'll pull some tarot to see. We also have cat here. Freedom, self-worth, and pride. Value your worth and step away from pleasing others soon. So I feel like with this coffee maker, with this awakening energy and flow, something crucial is brewing, set to stream into your future. I feel like some of you will be releasing like a significant other or certain friends that once again no longer serve you right now. Like they may be doing a few things that make you devalue your worth or your voice, and make you feel like you're in a space of people pleasing, maybe even walking on eggshells around these people, or maybe you're denying yourself certain things because of these people. So I get a feeling like that's what's brewing. You're going to be eliminating certain energies from your life. Yeah, but this is going to give you a sense of freedom, taking back your power, restoring your worth for self. So yeah, and I feel like it will be much needed to get rid of those toxic negative energies that don't bring out the best in you. Now the next one, we have nursery room, innocence and curiosity. Some of you may be expecting right now. But it says view challenges through the innocent eyes of childhood to break through current limits. So some things you just need to look through. I feel like certain situations that may be going on in your life, you may need to look at them without judgment and just look at them for what it is. Like, don't place any judgment on who's saying what or why. It's just look at the situation for what it is. Look at, what's said, what's done, and that's all. You get what I'm saying? So that you can really get the full perspective of everyone involved. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense. It's like, it's no judgment. It's just taking it for what it is. Like, for an example, which I'm not really good at examples, but if someone says, look at this red spot on the wall, you need to just look at the red spot on the wall. You don't judge the spot like, wow, does that look like a splatter, or does it look like someone tried to paint the wall? Does it look like a circle? Does it look like a square? No, just look at the red paint on the wall, this red spot on the wall. That's it, and that's all. So yeah, just look at it through the eyes of childhood, the innocent eyes of childhood, to break through current limits. Because sometimes all of our judgments seem like they are limiting us from doing certain things. It's almost like, too, if someone says, let's climb up this mountain, let's go hiking and climb up this really, really tall mountain, our adult selves will be like, oh my God, that seems like too many steps. I'm gonna be tired. I'm not gonna make it. It's like you're already judging the situation instead of being like a child, like, okay, it's gonna be fun regardless. I'm gonna have fun, but not even judging it in that way. Like, okay, let's go. We're not putting any thought into it. It's almost like when your friend came and asked you to come outside when you were a kid. You didn't think about, okay, what are we going to do? Am I going to get hurt? Is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? We don't put any judgment, any limitations. We just go. Like, free spirited. So, hopefully that makes sense. Now, the next one is drier. So, this is about balance again and enjoyment. So, this is the second time something about balance came up in your reading today. So you guys really need to focus in on balancing yourself, whether it's physically or just balancing things in your life to where you're getting, self-care time, you're getting time to work, time to do the things that you love to do, like being creative, that you're making time for family and friends. Like, everything needs to be balanced. So it says, build a cycle of release, feel fresh with a lighter heart. So yeah, some of you just need to find a balance in whatever you got going on. It's like if you're spending too much time just being lazy, it's like it's so many things that you could do in that time frame besides being lazy. Like, some people can work 8 hours and then the next 16 hours they're sitting on the couch watching TV. They're sitting there just laying on the couch. Just like that. You worked 8 hours. You could have put forth another 8 hours doing something creative. In that second leg of, this shift, you could have built something, like build a bookshelf. You could have built a doghouse. You could have gone to the gym. You could have cooked a meal. All of these things. Like, you could have visited with family. You could have taken, the dog for a walk. There's so many things that you could have done. So make sure that you are balancing out your life and getting fulfillment out of your day-to-day life, if that makes sense. So we also have like safe, clarity, protection, freedom. A true keeper knows when to lock and when to unlock. Your secrets should serve you, not control you. That's interesting. Some of you, I feel like with that, some of you need to be really, really careful who you're sharing secrets with, because I feel like for some of you, some people in your life may be holding these secrets over your head, and that's what has you walking on eggshells, being a people pleaser, not really enjoying the company of certain individuals. So we have to be really, really careful about who knows our secrets. And yeah, and some things you don't necessarily tell people. It's just some things that you have done with other people or you did in the presence of other people, and they have made a mental note of these things. So it just goes back to moving with integrity, but I know that certain situations you really don't have any control, like if you're drunk or on certain substances or whatever like that. You may not be able to control the way that you behave or react to certain situations, but I feel like if it's to a point where someone is holding a secret over your head, then you might as well own that secret so you can release that burden. It's like how the saying goes, you can't spray me with my own tea. So it's like you might as well just figure out a way that you will announce, whatever this tea is on your own terms, in your own way, so no one else can do that to you and hold that over your head. And the people that want to walk away can walk away, and those that want to stay can stay, but you just have to own up to it so that you can release all of that. If that makes sense as well. I'm trying to explain it to the best of my ability, but that's what I think. And then with fan, which is pretty accurate for what we just was saying, like, because this goes into flow, like ease and balance. You'll be able to not be so tensed, finding balance within yourself, and then you'll be able to, since you released whatever the secret was or whatever like that, you'll be able to allow new energy to flow through you, because you release that burden, you release that whatever this person was holding over you released it, and you did it respectfully, you did it on your own terms, so it'll bring on a sense of ease. So it says rethink your reaction in times of emotional storm. So just like we just sat here and thought about how you've been reacting to this person, holding these secrets over your head. Now we can, assess how we want to respond to that. And that's why I was like, you just need to sit down and figure out how you're going to deliver this information to whomever really cares that much. But, at least you'll be able to spray your own tea. And someone else can give their perspective or add to or take away from. You can deliver your tea however you see fit, but at least you would have done that, and no one else can do that for you or to you. You did it for yourself in the way that you wanted to present whatever this tea is, whatever this secret is. But moving forward, that certain things can't be done in front of certain people, and certain things cannot be said in front of certain people, because you never know how people are going to act on Mad Day. And thirdly, we don't want to be walking on eggshells around people that can hold said secret over our head. We're not doing that again. So that will be the lesson that we learn from this whole experience as well. And yeah, like if you want to do something crazy, do it on your own. When you're alone by yourself, nobody is around to, notate this and stick it in a file in the back of their mind. And once again, we're not telling certain people that we don't know well enough, or we just not telling certain people any secrets at all. Like, the only person you should be telling secrets to is to yourself, to a degree. You get what I'm saying? So unless you have a long-term spouse that you've been with forever, or a significant other, or family members that you've known them since they were born or you were born, and y'all had the most perfect relationship, those are the only people I would consider our best friend that you've never had an issue with in y'all entire lives. That would be the only way. But other than that, your secret should remain with you. Once you tell someone, it's not a secret anymore. So that part. So anyway, hopefully that helps, Sagittarius. And with that, we'll